You know, but that was their social media. It was smaller. Now we can reach more people. The world is much smaller, but we still have the same attention span. We still have the same hours. Yes, we multitask, but we're only, because we have so many things coming at us now, we're more discerning about what we let in. So social media gives you access, but it also requires greater creativity. And it also requires you to recognize that you're going to be tuned out a lot faster if you make a mistake, and it can be used against you. I'll give you a perfect example. We have, at HDNet, one of my companies, we hired a PR firm, and they just weren't doing the job. And so yesterday, they weren't responding to us. I said, watch, I'm going to get a response real quick. So in 140 characters, I have about 131,000 followers on Twitter. It's at @mcuban, and so maybe I get to 132. And I said, you know, BWR, PR, is just not responding to us, yada yada. Does anybody have any suggestions how I can get them off their ass? Now, did I think I was just venting? Hell no. I knew exactly what was going to happen because every PR agency is on Twitter and they just love to pick up stuff like that, and they love to bang on each other, and they love to, you know, just, you know, find a reason to say the other guy sucks. So what happens? I got all these people coming at us, sending us, you know, we want to, you know, put out an RP, we want to compete for your business. But more importantly, the company we had already paid, that fire was so hot under their asses that, you know, they were pork chops. I mean, it was crazy. They responded so hard and so fast. And so, using social media, there's a way to do it. It is not a panacea for anything. Now, I will say that I think there's going to be some unique transitional elements, again, but you've got to put them in context. Whereas before, there was a far greater dependency on Google through search and SEO and trying to reach people through searches that they made. I think now Facebook has become much more of a platform for reaching people, and it's much smarter. So rather than us searching for things on Google and then you find the right keywords, and then, you know, there's really not a whole lot of semantic intelligence. With Facebook, we know a little bit more about the people. So we've actually, like at the Mavs, I'll give you an example, we've switched our money from, you know, when you put in Mavs and trying to get you to buy tickets and all that kind of stuff, we put it to Facebook because we can drill down on much more further, and there's much more information, and we can be more discreet or and just be more specific in who we try to reach. So I think we have yet to see how advertising and promotion is going to be fully implemented, but Facebook, it's theirs to lose. And if they're smart enough to preempt other people trying to kick their ass, because that's just the nature of technology, someone's going to come in and come up with a better idea or do something completely different that just sucks it away from you. If they're able to prevent that, then that has a chance to be a completely different advertising or promotional platform. And that's just not about, you know, I'm going to poke you or I'm going to message you, you know, or I'm just going to put up a banner ad. I still think the way we're going to truly advertise on those types of platforms hasn't been developed yet, so it's a unique opportunity. And yes, sir.
Kind of on your theme of staying focused, do you think it was too much of a reach for you to try buying the Pirates or the Cubs like they're?
No, because it's easy. Yeah.
Is it easy? To, that because like the Glazers are screwed up horribly.
Well, that's the difference there. It's a great question because the difference there is debt. You got to be able to afford it.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're like with the Mavericks, I play for myself.
Right.
Right. You know, hey, if you get to the point where you got fuck you money, sometimes you get to say it, right? It's just the way it goes. That's one of the beautiful things, and I thank my lucky stars every day.
Right.
But even for somebody with a lot of money, there's a point of diminishing returns where you say, oh shit, what did I just do, right?
How they made their fan base over there as well. I mean, they went from a team who had no debt to they just keep borrowing and borrowing. It's very American.
And you know, it's not just, it is very American, and it's not just American. I mean, you know, but you know that's another thing, because a lot of folks, there's a lot of business. We saw it, I mean, the whole recession, you know, the Great Recession that we've just gone through was because people over-leveraged. You know, they just want to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and they tried to model things. Well, I'll stop it at this. What time is it?
6:32.
Okay, we got about 10 more minutes because I'm not going to miss the beginning of the game. But one of the biggest mistakes, I'll tell you the easiest way for me to take a business plan and just laugh at it. Okay, if you have a business plan that you send me and you give me a projection that says, if I just get 1% of this huge $1 billion market, and you think to yourself, it's just 1%. I mean, anybody can just get, I'm going to laugh. Because everybody says, oh, I can just get 1%. But if it was that easy to get that 1%, the company's already dominant, would already just own it and just laugh at you, right? So, or if you create a business report and you don't tell me, if you don't plan for the worst and hope for the best, right? So when all these people with subprime mortgages, they're like, well, you know, if there's no chance 10% are going to default. There's just no way. And if we package them different ways, there's just no way 10%. In every model, no way you're going to get to 10%. Then you hit 12% or 14 or 15 or 30% and everything's upside down. That's what happened to them, right? There's no way our sales are going to fall below this. There's no way we can't do this. So we'll borrow money so I don't have to put up the money. The best money you have is sweat equity. The worst mistake that you can make is to go out and try to raise money. It literally is, because you give up part of your company when you don't want to. Now, like with Randy and Jeff, if you got to do it, you got to do it. But they did it when they had an operating business in place. They did it, and I sat there and I said, okay, you got to show me how you can make profits. And if you can show me you're making profits, then there's a reason for me to invest and then go for it. And they didn't project all kinds of nonsense numbers. It was show me your weekly numbers. And every week they sent me their numbers. And I know what their break-even point is, and their numbers keep on getting better. And the more naked pizza you guys eat, and the more you tell people, the more money they'll make, and the better chance they can use that money. But what happens is people say, damn, I don't know anybody that has money, and I just can't raise money. And if your idea is all about raising